time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA halftime report. The Cowboys are simply running the show in the first half. They've controlled the game and are way out in front. The Packers will have to make some adjustments before the second half gets underway. So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. Early in the first, impressive blocking frees up the ball carrier, and nobody can stop him on this long touchdown. Third and long. Here we'll get a fumble on the return. Cowboys would pick it up and score. That puts them on top by 14. Cowboys have it near the end of one. Fantastic run blocking here, and he scoots into the end zone for a second TD. Cowboys up now by 21. They take it at the 33-yard line. Prescott's got his man deep downfield, and he caps off the two-play drive with the score. Cowboys on 2nd and 7. The Cowboys way in front. He's got open field to work with here, and he'll take it in for the touchdown. Third down from the 46. Here a throw deep down the field is caught. After the long pass, he'll score.
And pump the brakes, Larry. Pump the brakes. We are ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
He'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. So here's 3rd and 20, and with a long yardage, defense going with a nickel look. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And this will be taken at the 13. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They'll come out in the pistol. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
There we go, D. That's the way to hit.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. Here's Prescott. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He juked him. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team. This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Here we go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit, jars the ball free, and brings up 3rd down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Now Prescott. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there with a career-high 4-touchdown game. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Here we go.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, a 22. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. On play action, they'll throw. He's got time. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey, we got four.
They'll set up a throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Here's the option going right. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. Six plays got him down here. This is play number 7, third and goal. They come up in an offset eye. He'll drop to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. That will bring up fourth down and an 11-yard loss to boot. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
And Boswell's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, I guess we're at the stage here where they wouldn't say no to any points, but I don't think field goals are what they're looking for here in the second half.
I don't either, Brandon. When you're down as much as they are, that's the sign of a head coach waving the white flag to me.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it out past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They come out here in the eye, and they'll go on the ground. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cowboys add on. And Charles, the defender, was there. He just didn't get it.
Sometimes these plays turn into basketball in a sense. With 2 guys going up for the football, which guy's going to box the other away from it and grab it?
Yeah, I know you hear it a lot, but it's just the will to get it, right?
Oh, without a doubt. The will as well as a really nice touch on the ball that was thrown.
And some talent, too.